I am Stephen Meara.
Oh, I'm Danny. Caro.
And we are
Our faithful
narrator. We're from Purchase College. I'm personally from Yorktown Heights.
I'm personally from Saratoga, New York.
So, Our Faithful Narrator was originally kind of like a solo recording thing. And then, I don't know, I got booked on a show and I said, oh, well, I'd love some people to play with because I have this new material. And Danny stepped up.
We're working on expanding.
Yeah,
We're experimenting. TBA.
Now watch as her body gleams so beautifully.
Specifically, the phrasing of faithful narrator comes from Clockwork Orange, the narrator says, and your faithful narrator. And I liked that idea of kind of explaining what a band is, very similar to not a writer but a narrator. For a bit it was called Your Faithful Narrator. I had that idea, that was the original idea. But then I was I would always listen back to songs and I would always be finding the things I actually meant in the songs, a year after I'd written it. So I was thinking oh well, I'm as much a part of the audience as I am a part of the creational process. So it was kind of this moment where I was oh well, we're all kind of a part of learning from art, even if you are the one who produces it. I don't think the idea of album is on its way out, but I think what we think is an album is on the way out. But I don't think people will ever stop making long form stuff.
I still love to listen to full records, full albums in full, and I think that is such a great thing. I don't like to just skip around songs. Usually when I listen to an album, I listen to it from top to bottom.
But I think the only difference from now compared to 10 or 15 years ago, because who was it? It was the Flaming Lips who have that record where it's you have to put 4 CD players next to each other and play them all at the same time to hear the full record, which is just as weird, strange of a thing to do as Drake calling his newest record a playlist instead of an album, because half of the songs he's not even on, he just curated it.
I don't know, it seems as of lately, artists are just doing weirder stuff with how they're releasing it. It could be singles or recording packages with merchandise and stuff.
Each artist's path is to figure out a new way to go about it.
We tried to teach ourselves to walk.
My problem with a lot of albums that are coming out lately are just all the songs are the same and sound the same.
Exactly.
I feel they should pay more attention to the flow of the album and how it like a movie. There's I know there's a conflict and a resolution, and then albums should be the same way.
Except AC/DC. They put out the same song 150 times and just it's sick.
I'm a visual aesthetic kind of guy. I pay so much. I almost as much attention to how when I go to a show or whenever I buy a record. I pay so much attention to what the album cover looks like or what the band looks like. That goes into so much as much as the music to what your perception of that artist is. A friggin' true cult band, of course they have makeup.
Yeah, you gotta have the corpse paint.
Of course they're wearing all black and shit. It's so cool. I love that. I feel what could make an artist more successful that is just coming up with something that fits right.
Now the words won't come out.
There are a lot of instances where, of course, Just a Song gets big and Just a Song is amazing, it's the great thing. But especially now and at much higher levels like of stardom, like bringing something original, having like the full vision is like super important. And that's probably what I would say is like the most important thing that like everyone should bring to a table is definitely don't try to mimic people. Figure out your vision and then execute it.
Everyone's a freaking musician, and everyone does it, and it's so hard.
Everyone's been a musician since like 1800.
I don't know. I feel like there's like so many like idiots making music that are diluting like the genius of today. Like I don't want to be that guy, but there's a lot of bad music out there.
There's been bad music since ever.
I know, but now more people can do it. Thanks, Ableton.
Knowing nothing, I can't speak.
There's two ways I think to approach that. I think like definitely someone who can consider themselves a musician is someone who like really connects to the art. And now anyone can make music like at levels that has never been possible. Like a bedroom records can break the top 100, which is just insane. So like just about anyone now can fully form the art that they like set out to. So like in that way I think it's easier to make it, not just like make the art, but like create something you're really proud of is obviously way easier now than ever. I think this is the best thing. I think it's 100% the best thing to ever happen. Progress is great. So there's some pullbacks where like maybe standards are lowered a little bit, but I don't think that they're lowered to any extent that draws close to the positive extent to which the accessibility increase is good. The bad parts are not that bad, and the good parts are really, really good.
There's kinds of pain.
I think it's cool that you can make crazy stuff with little to no cost these days. Like, if people had to pay so much money to record like great stuff these days, I feel like that would limit such creativity. And there's a lot of really good freaking musicians out there, and if money were like a problem, a lot of that wouldn't be expressed. We wouldn't have as much cool music.
Axl Rose, if you're watching this, I want to end up on your top 10 feuds list, which he has.